What's up guys, Josh Blunt here and welcome to my channel where I break down everything you need to know about exercise and nutrition for beginners and much more. I have come across many videos lately claiming that walking is better than running and running is better than walking, etc, and these videos can be misleading to some people. I cannot stress enough how important it is to keep an open mind because one thing is not better than the other thing. We all have different fitness levels and we all have different goals. Both walking and running are great for your cardiovascular health and each one of these has their own individual place. Now, one might assume that running is going to be better than walking because it's going to burn more calories, so how could it be the other way around? But it's better to look at the entire picture. And if you do, you might see that walking could be more beneficial than running in some people's lifestyles. So in this video, we're going to switch it up a little bit and I'm going to tell you exactly why walking can be better than running in some situations, and then you can decide for yourself. Let's dive in. Alright, so walking and running are both great for your health. That is the obvious. They can both increase your stamina. They're both good for heart health. They can both boost your immune system. They can both help to maintain or help you to lose weight. It's good for your mental health and much more. So which one is going to be better for you? Well, when it comes to the overall benefits, both walking and running are going to have many of these in common. Sure, running can definitely burn more calories than walking, almost double, but I'm sure you already knew that. So why in the world would you choose walking over running? Well, there's a few different reasons. For one, walking can be done with almost any fitness level, especially if you're a beginner or if you can't run at all. Walking is still going to increase your heart rate, which is going to allow you to burn more calories. It's a great place to start if you're trying to increase your energy levels or to increase your fitness levels, and that's basically where we all start as a beginner. So what are some other reasons that you'd want to go on a walk compared to a run? Well, depending on your physical health, walking isn't going to create nearly as much stress on the body as running would. If you have any history of knee pains or heart failure, obviously putting extra stress on your knees and on your heart isn't going to be the best choice. And if this is you, it's important to understand that running outside or even on the treadmill could put unwanted stress on the body. Things like the elliptical or even the stationary bike is going to be easier on the knees because you're creating less impact, but it could still be difficult for some. And over time, it could even cause stress fractures and shin splints. Trust me, I've had them. So it's important to pay attention and take a safe approach, especially if you're starting out. I am definitely not telling you to avoid running. Trust me, there are many benefits and it should definitely be added into a workout routine. What I'm saying is that depending on your own fitness levels and your own goals, walking could serve a better purpose than running. Another reason that walking could be better than running is your recovery times. So how fast you recover. And again, this is going to depend on your own fitness levels. In the moment, we always feel like we can do more. We want to push ourselves to be the best version of ourselves, but sometimes we push ourselves a little bit past a safe recovery. If that seems like you, I did an entire video on a safe and fast recovery right here, so you're welcome to check out that video after this one. The point is, if you're a beginner starting out on a new fitness journey, sometimes it's better to start small until you can find your place based on your own individual goals and fitness levels. This is going to be a much better approach than pushing yourself past the point of discomfort, which is going to lead you to skipping the gym for a week and then you're going to lose all motivation to continue. If you go snowboarding for the first time, you're not going to jump on a normal lift, you're going to start with the bunny hill. And even if you try the bunny hill one time and you realize that you're just way too advanced for it, at least it's better than the opposite, finding yourself face down in the snow over and over and over and then never going back. The point is, start small. If you're new to exercise, then walking might be a better place to start than running until you can find your limits. If you're walking around and you find yourself bored and the next day you feel fine, now you can make a safe and informed decision to move forward. If you find that walking is just not enough and running is just not an option, then try walking uphill. Trust me, it's very demanding on the body and it could be the next step towards running. And you will burn plenty of calories. But with all of that being said, there's something even more important when choosing your path towards better health. Real quick guys, if you're enjoying this content, make sure to give the video a like so YouTube will share that value with other people. Consider subscribing to the channel for weekly content on exercise and nutrition. I do appreciate your support. All right, so another reason that you'd want to start walking instead of running is a mindset shift. So what do I mean by this? Well, look at it this way. There is a process that your brain goes through when you're trying to develop new and sustainable habits. And this process requires consistency. If you are consistently doing something, your brain will eventually store it. It becomes a part of who you are. Your brain goes through this process to make sure you can continue that habit using less energy. At that point, these habits are going to become much easier to do, which is exactly what we want. Now, when it comes to to exercising, it can be difficult to start, right? There are too many obstacles in your way. It requires you to change your lifestyle and the routine that you've developed over many, many years. This form of resistance and change is what holds us back. We don't like the uncomfortable feeling of being sore after a workout. We don't like to eat things that we don't really enjoy. We don't like to feel self-conscious about how we look when we first step into the gym. Now, these obstacles are going to get much easier over time, but again, it does take time. The goal is to consistently do something long enough until that point, until these new healthy habits become a part of who you are. And if you're new to exercise and possibly not in the greatest of shape, then it's going to present even more challenges, because you can't just start out with high levels of cardio and resistance training to get fast results. You got to start at the bottom and slowly and safely work your way up. But who in the world wants to do that? Regardless of how you feel, it's important to start small and work your way up, because those small steps are much easier to overcome than one giant leap, at least in the beginning. And that's where walking comes into play. If you're out of shape, then running is going to present a challenge. You're going to run for a few minutes and then you can't go any further. So then you ask yourself, is this even worth it? Is running for a few minutes really going to make a difference? Is it worth the effort? Is it worth the exhaustion? The answer is probably not for most people, and that's why we quit. But we most definitely do not have to take that approach. You see, if running is too difficult at first, then it's okay. Again, we all have different fitness levels. We are all starting from somewhere different. But that doesn't mean you should give up. That only means you should take a step back and adjust your approach just a little bit. This is very, very important to long-term success. By doing this, you're creating a consistent habit by eliminating most resistances. Walking can be a very easy approach to the start of a fitness journey. If you're waking up in the morning and you're dreading going to the gym and you're dreading going on a run, then what you're doing is relying on willpower to get you through, which is not sustainable long-term. If you're not enjoying what you're doing, then how long are you really gonna last? You can walk outside, you can walk on the beach, you can walk in the forest, and you're still getting up and moving. For many people, walking can be very enjoyable whether you're trying to lose weight or not. It's very easy to make it a part of your routine and lifestyle. This will make a huge difference in the overall consistency of your mindset by not relying on willpower, but rather relying on yourself and your own systems and strategies. Once you've developed a habit of getting up and walking for a period of time, nothing too easy, nothing too difficult, then it's easy to take it up a notch. You can walk uphill, you can use a treadmill, and on and on. But again, it's the mindset shift that's going to push you over the hill until exercise becomes a part of who you are. Without that shift, you're just going to continue to suffer to get to your goals. So with that being said, start small, stay within your limits, and just realize that walking is going to create less resistances, less obstacles than running is, yet they're both going to have very similar benefits. So this could be the best place for you to start. All right, so to sum this up, both walking and running are very beneficial for your cardiovascular health. Walking is going to be a very smart choice if you're new to exercise, have any knee injuries, or any heart problems. And walking is going to provide similar benefits, yet less resistances, so it can be a lot easier to create these healthy habits until you can develop a disciplinary mindset for better overall health. This is going to make consistency more attainable, and being consistent is where the results are really at. All right, guys, that is it for the video on running versus walking. Remember, one thing is not better than the other thing, because we are all different. We are all starting from different places, and that's okay, and that's going to be the case for many, many things. If you enjoyed this kind of video, make sure you give it a thumbs up so YouTube will share that value with other people. And if you are feeling generous, subscribe to the channel for weekly content on exercise and nutrition, and I will see you guys on the next video.